Yesterday, while driving back to Kanpur from my village, Madaha, 100 kilometer, suddenly I crossing two beautiful rivers, Betwa and Yamuna. When you look at the huge fields, green, and you get the similar feeling as if looking to the open skies, desert. What happens in the hugeness of this land, the sky, the desert, the seas? You get totally engrossed and mesmerized, and you forgot to look for this. You forget to actually stop, look, and see these smaller things of the God's creation, which in itself carry the entire world in itself. And that's what I'm going to share today. What comes to my mind and what I thought, what I felt. My friend, no man ever lived who did not feel at times, he was condemned to go through a life, handful, handcuffed actually to a stranger. The stranger is himself the mysterious and unpredictable companion with whom he must share everything, every experience, every emotion. A man must know, my friend, how to live on good terms with himself or herself, how to manage and control, and sometimes actually to improve himself or herself. It is just living with yourself. If you focus on this small thought, stop, take a break, look, see, and then move. You realize a stupendous creation surrounds us, infinite form, infinite the veracity, infinite beauty surrounds us all the time and every time. More intense our awareness of this vast, compelling company, the vast creation, the more alive we are. We must not let our senses grow dim ever. Be alive and alert to everything happening around you. We must not let our minds go dull, and we must not become unresponsive to the miracles that is happening to us, that surrounds us all the time of our existence. We must live with total awareness. We must see what is happening around and then move and experience. Open your eyes, my friend. Open your heart. They cry for the more points at which you touch reality. The more fulfilled you will be. As the poet says, दिलों के बंद दरवाजों को खोलता ही नहीं और ख्वाहिश ये है कि ताज़ी हवा मिले. You don't open your heart. How can you get the fresh breeze? You all know who Helen Keller was. A deaf and dumb, renowned author, and he brought so much of change in people's life. When Helen Keller once asked why she thought was the what she thought that what is the worst calamity that could befall on any person, she replied, to have eyes and fail to see. This happens with most of the humanity, with most of us. We have eyes, but we don't see what it is. We just see what we want to see. A photographer friend of mine tells me a beautiful thing. He tells me, for seeing, for making the world more viable, one device is simply in his understanding, and it's called framing. When I asked him the way he explained, I think it is the most philosophical word from any photographer's the view. He says the world is too big to take in all at once. To make sense and beauty of it, we have to look at the small points of small parts of it selectively. In short, he was telling, frame it. Each and every moment, frame it. Because he thought that no matter where you go, no matter what you do, you are surrounded by pictures. The trick is to recognize them, to enjoy them, to make the enjoy make the frames these mental snapshots. And for making these mental snapshots, the frames, one requires no camera, nothing more than the will to look, observe, and appreciate. Someone said it is even possible one incident comes to mind reading the biography of Churchill. He says when they wanted to deceive the German army, you see, in Dunkirk, they have uh, made a decoy of a submarine, some ship. So the German thinks that this is the place from they're going to land, they're going to take off. You see. So when the Churchill came to inspect, he said, no, it is not natural. Germans are intelligent, they'll understand this is a deception. What do you have to do? It throw some food grains, let them let some few seagulls or birds fly over to make it natural. She looked, observed, and gave us such a practical. You see, any Sherlock Holmes incident. What was so great in Sherlock Holmes? His eye for detail. When Dr. Watson puts on shoes and he walks, he could tell that from where he was coming by the button of a fallen button of the culprit. He could even tell the description of the killer. They stopped, all of them, looked and see. Their observation towards life was fantastic. One can train this eye for detail, this observation skill. A good observer, the observer seems more sharply and retains what he sees us is nothing but a double take. What he does, he forms the impression, then verifies the impression by looking again. The wonderful power of seeing the world in one's own unique way is like dreaming with your eyes open. Kids can see rainbows in the gutter where her mother might see only dirty oil slick. My friend, all we have to uh, stop a bit, look for these smaller things surrounds us, and we can have not only fun, all the things required which exist in this universe. All of us, I feel, they possess the ability to dream with our eyes open. But in growing up, we usually surpass it out of fear of being thought different. We ought to our lay out these fears occasionally and see the beauty around us. Somebody has said as that seeing is believing, as the maxim says. But more than that, my friend, seeing is living. The more you vividly you can learn to see, the more alike you are, more alive you are. You'll start enjoying everything around you, and you'll have a different, is unique and a new perception of the entire existence. My dear friend, stop, take a break, look and see, and then make an impression. Thank you very much.